Do you want to tell us a bit more about the crafting system and what players can expect
can I get
come
like
next?
a cliff note?
So I think we talked a lot about that already in the presentation, but it's a really dramatic change,
brother,
it's
a
an exciting
lot.
change, I would
It
say,
was a lot.
to the
Part
game,
of it, and it
because
looks like they're gonna
we
let us do
give
cities
the
like Star Wars
resources a
Galaxy,
meaning
so that's thrilling.
apart from just a monetary
Dude,
value.
it's
Now, even with the quality
like
system
tiers of
that we
items to
now
craft,
implement,
ship
there will be
crafting,
also a meaning to scout for
Yep.
like
Tiers
the
of
perfect
ships.
material.
Tiers of like
And
components.
of course, you need
Tiers
a
of
more
weapons,
bigger
armor,
variety of the
and
materials to
everything.
be able to craft the items you
Resource
need.
tiers.
And
Yeah,
especially
resource
now with
tiers,
the,
like
with the
new
tiered system that we
resources
will
that they're gonna
introduce, we
add,
will also give a
new
meaning
ways
for
to
you
get, like,
as
the
the crafter
blueprints stick
or
to your-
the player
your
you
character
are to invest the time
forever.
to be the
They're
best
not like an item
or
that
the
you put in a
specialist.
case or
Because
whatever.
something
What
that is
about
very
permanent?
important to us is
They didn't
that
say, but it,
we
from what
treat
it
it
sounds
as
like
a real
is
profession.
The minute you get a blueprint,
And
it's
we
locked to you.
have
forever.
it as
Yeah,
in parallel
you
to
can
all the
research
other
it
professions
to
that
The
we
design
already
doctor
have.
after the space.
So it's not just about making the universe more dense, it's also about making it more interactive and making everything in
That's
it
a
more
real shirt
valuable.
today.
And more meaningful, yeah. So something that is also important for us is that everything that we do for this new feature is
Base
that
building
we
is next year.
meaningfully integrate it into the
Okay,
game.
that's what
So
I
it all makes
Not all
sense,
of it,
right? So
but-
also
We're getting-
like the recent changes we
We're
did
getting
to the
land claims and
itemization
base building
in
next year.
324.2.
First iteration of it. They showed us like the
we
early
also
stages of
like
it.
this is the
With, like, how it
starting
works, like,
point
how you
of
build
all
a
the
base and
changes
how
we
you
will be
land claim
doing
and shit.
for
It's
all
pretty
items,
fucking-
and that
pretty good.
the reason why we did those
Like
changes
the
were
UI
just
for
because
that
of
was
crafting.
actually pretty good, and it's going to change.
So
it's gonna
what
get better.
impact will the crafting system have on orgs?
Well, as also
Yeah,
mentioned
set
in
my
the
alarm for
presentation,
4.
like
And
we
I'll woke
want
up.
to see orgs building an empire of crafting or of manufacturing items and being like the get-to point for players to like go to their base and buy in their particular shops the items that they heard that they have the best, for example, FPS weapon for.
And I'm guessing that'll tie in quite well to the biomes we saw yesterday
Yeah,
as part
sorry.
of the core engine
Thought you
presentation,
wanted to hear
right?
that part.
The biomes will also heavily affect what we do for crafting because it also will give us a good opportunity to spread around resources in more interesting places, like the giant forests you saw, right? For example, if you have a prospector as a miner, it might not be efficient, or you might not even be able at all to go down into the trees to mine anything that is below it. So you need to grab your ROC or your FPS mining gear to actually grab the resources that you can only find in those particular areas. So yeah, we will benefit a lot from this.
Super excited. Well, on that note, how has this CitizenCon compared to previous years? You were at LA last year. How is it to be back here in Manchester?
It looks a bit smaller, but I got told it's actually bigger. So yeah, so I really like the location, like the theme it has. I like the community area with the cargo crates. So I think it's really nice. Yeah.
Is there any specific highlights so far for your CitizenCon today and yesterday?
So it's a very subjective take on it, but I really liked our presentation about the orgs and the social stuff because I'm part of an org myself. So I really looking forward to better tools to organize our trainings, our works, our events.
Do you want to give a little shout out to your org whilst you're here on camera?
Yeah, so shout outs to Aras.
Nice one. All right. Well, on that note, we're going to throw to Dan.
Okay, he's live.
Back to the community booth section here at CitizenCon 2954. We are here back, and we are with some old friends. We are here with Test Squadron. And I want to give a quick apology to my good friend O Lefty. Sorry for calling you D Lefty last year. I promise it's not because D is the first letter of my name and I'm a narcissist. But that's probably why. So apologies for that. But awesome. Chrome Ninja, tell us about Test Squadron and why you guys are back here at CitizenCon. What's Test Squadron all about?
All right,
Yeah, so Test Squadron, we're the largest gaming org in Star Citizen. We've only got like 3,000 people. I think we just checked it the other day. We're just hitting over 23,100. But we're a casual gaming org, and we're here giving away free stuff. We've got all this stuff.
10 to 6.
Awesome. There's some cool swag here. We We got coasters, we got pins, we got pens, tons of awesome stuff here at Test Squadron. If you guys are looking to join a sort of friendly way to join Star Citizen, Test Squadron is the place to do it. We're going to move on. Thank you so much, Chrome Ninja. We're going to move right along to my good friend Tom Beckhauser. Tom, how's it going?
That was like how I was trying to
I'm Tom Beckhauser. I'm a real-life racing driver and Star Citizen Twitch streamer. And for this year, Locust69, Pretty Vanilla, and I decided to make a 1 to 200 scale Banu Merchantman made out of resin. Total of 26 individual pieces that we assembled, primed, sanded, and painted.
Tom, this thing looks amazing. I mean, in addition to being a badass race car driver, you're also a badass model maker. This guy, there's nothing he can't do. I see you're giving away some Banu Merchantman little minis. We also have the little...
yeah, I fucking slept like all day yesterday.
Or sorry, the BMM pins, and we have the Defender mini. Sorry, I got this mixed up.
Handing out the Defender miniatures and pixel art.
Yes, you gave me one the other day.
I told
this is
Guado,
awesome.
but I
Tom,
basically
people can find you at Twitch.
I went and made food and got back to my desk and
if you guys
laid on my bed and passed out with my
awesome
food
stuff,
just
go check him out.
fucking
Tom,
hot on my
thank you
desk.
so much for being here.
And didn't wake up until
look
like
at
10
that. Take a
o'clock
look
tonight.
one last time at the BMM before we move on. So freaking cool. Thank you,
And then
Tom.
it was, like,
for
in
coming
and out
over.
of
We're going to
sleep
shoot
until
now
the
over
event.
to
Like an
Sam,
hour
who's
before
here
the
at
event.
Atlas. Sam, take it away.
Oh,
At least you
hi
had snacks
guys.
already.
I'm here with ADI, and
Yeah,
they have something really cool
It was
this year.
soup. I went down and heated it back up and
Welcome
ate
to
it.
the ADI ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I had like a pretty...
Again, did I sound like me, or could you give us a quick intro to what you guys are doing here?
Yeah, this is the Area 18 ASOP terminal and freight elevator terminal. We have,
Oh, wow,
a
it
fully
actually
interactive
scrolls?
experience here, and we tied this in with our giveaways for this year. So
That's
we
actually
have
kind of sick.
Freight Manager as well.
Yeah, it is.
And this is where you can take, what's this?
Oh,
A hacking
wow.
card.
That's
We have
cool.
Tiger's Claws that we've been giving out. You have to search for them. You put in, and you go through the hack experience. Unfortunately, ADI
Looks
is
more responsive
an
than
anti-piracy org, and
One
this
way
is a
to get
mongrel
it.
hacking
Yeah,
project, so-
Yeah, they're
Not wrong.
Boo! I'll
They
go
should
take
hire
it back
them.
to Mongrel then. Come on, let's go take it back to those guys.
Turns out it's
Come on,
easier
guys.
to program when all
Crime
you're
never
programming is
pays.
UI.
We only grief and kill for fun.
Amazing. So, right. Thank you. So,
He
what are you
looks
guys showing off at
exactly
your
like
booth
the
today?
kind of people I
Well,
would
we are
expect to
showing
be
off
doing
Mongrel
that.
Squad to begin with, but also our sister orgs, as you can see, where we have the auxiliaries, the pack
And, of
rats,
course,
and the
he's
cartel,
German.
which run the prison, but also ourselves,
In
the
their
premier
blood.
pirate org, entirety of Star Citizen.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to have to move right on to the next guys. Thank you for showing off your booth, and hopefully we'll get to some folks to visit you throughout the day today. So, I have bumped into this guy again.
I'm back.
Hi.
Awesome. Well, I'll take it from here. Thank you, Sam. And finally, for our last little bit of the community booth for this segment, we still have a little bit more to go over today. We have Atmo. Now, you guys all know Atmo at this point, creators of the Daymar Rally and a ton of other amazing events. They also have an event here in Manchester after the show. If you guys haven't gotten tickets for that, please go get them right now. They're going to be over at Aviva Studios after the show. Be sure
like
to
a
check them
whole
out. We
fucking
love
venue
Atmo.
for
They had an
that?
official place here last year. And as you can see, they also have planned out for the 2955 Daymar
Yes, they
Rally
did.
these awesome trophies that they're going to be mailing
Yeah,
to the
that's
winner.
not
These
till 8
things
o'clock in
are
the
hefty.
morning
These
my
things
time.
actually weigh a ton. I will
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be
absolutely be
watching that
trying
one.
maybe to go
I
to the
will
Daymar
not.
Rally just so I can try them out, although we
Daymar
all
Rally
saw my playing earlier today.
That's
so
really
maybe
cool. I'm
not.
glad they're
But
taking
you
off
guys
with
do
the
some awesome
Atmos
work. Thank you
stuff.
guys
I'm
for
not
all
gonna
you
watch
guys
it, but
do
it's
at
fucking great.
Atmo. We're excited
Yeah,
to see
I
you guys'
fully
event
support
later
the
tonight. Be sure to
concept.
check out Enter Atmosphere at Aviva Studios later tonight if you're here in Manchester, or check it out on the stream. Well, I think that's it for us for right now. We'll be checking out the rest of the community booths later.
Those are some
Sam,
badass
anything else
trophies. Yeah,
to
they're
add?
pretty cool.
Nope, just straight over back to you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Some year FDI needs to participate in the Daymar Rally.
All right.
The
Guys,
minute we recruit people that don't have jobs and kids, we'll be able to do
crafting
that.
and base building fundamentally change all life in the persistent
No,
universe.
Guado has a job. Never mind.
Just a little bit, right? There's more of that
sure
coming later
does.
today, by the way. Before I get to my my deep honor to introduce two of my favorite people. I do want to call out these lovely little note cards here. You've seen many of our presenters and our hosts carrying them here. I have not been carrying mine, and I probably should have. This one just says, "Don't run." This one says, "Thank Pat and Mandy, but also Tyler and Leah." Guys, can we get a round of applause for Tyler and Leah, please? Now, Tyler, you probably know, is our Director of Community. Tyler is what we call internally as a product owner. He is the product owner for CitizenCon. So everything that you see here at this event this year is touched in one way, shape, or form by Tyler Wicken. So please give a round of applause for Tyler Wicken. And because Tyler Wicken can't do anything by himself, Leah is the one who does most of the hard work. So Leah, who will never be on camera and who hates to be embarrassed, please give a round of applause for Leah, please.
Oh, that's a real nerd.
This one just says, "Learn to stretch." This one says, "Don't let the intrusive thoughts
Are you
out."
watching on Twitch or YouTube?
I'm doing on YouTube.
I almost lost it with that rabbit weasel thing yesterday. This one says, "Hi, Dad." Hi, Dad. And this one says, "Don't run," crossed out. "Don't roll on the stage, dummy." All right. So that's enough for me. Guys, our next presentation is our annual ships presentation, this year titled Captains of Industry, being presented to you by two people who almost certainly need no introduction, but I'm going to do it anyway. Ben Curtis was born in Manchester. No, I'm just. Vehicle art director Ben Curtis, and gosh. Oh, I was going to do something really embarrassing. All right. John Crew, you're saved. Come on out, John Crew.
Break his ankle on stage. John Crew.
You're lucky they didn't wait. You're lucky they didn't wait. Cheers, Mom.
Hi, everybody. It's good to see you all again. Love you too. Excited to be here.
Air your wallets.
In case you don't know me and you weren't listening to Jared there, which I do quite a lot, my name's John Crew. I'm the vehicle director.
My name's Ben Curtis. I'm the vehicle art director.
And the clicker is not working.
Oh.
So if you've got technical difficulties...
You have to do a dance, John.
There we go.
There we go. We're good.
Right. So, today we're going to be talking about vehicles to build your universe. And for those of you that watched the previous presentation, which is also about base building and crafting, you should be familiar with the construction grav cart. And you've seen how this works. You might be wondering, well, if I've got this, why do I need some vehicles to do things? I know there's going to be some of you that will be perfectly prepared to go push this thing hundreds of kilometers out of the garages at New Babbage. But realistically, you're going to need a ship to put it in. It can't carry supplies by itself, so you're going to need to put supplies in the ship, move them. And it has small drones. And that's the key aspect there. It has two small drones on board. And drones will have sizes.
Okay, so, yeah, basically everything you're going to be building in Star Citizen has its size class. A lot of you are familiar with how we class our ships and a lot of other things in our game. So it ranges from small all the way up to large and extra large. And our drones kind of fall into those classes as well. But what does it really mean, the difference between what's a small drone, what's a large drone, what's a larger than large and extra large, and so on. And basically, a medium drone, for example, can build any structure up to a medium size. So it can build smalls, mediums, and it will be able to build small structures faster than what a small drone would. So the size makes difference depending on how big you want to go. But the drones also scale in numbers, in that one drone can only make one structure at a time. So the grav cart's got 2 drones on it, so it'll be able to create 2 small structures. But a medium, or if you've got a vehicle that carries multiple drones, you can craft a lot more structures, a lot bigger sizes, and that's kind of really the key to kind of like the upgrade path through the kind of drone sizes. So we've had a look at the small. So what's next? What do you want to build? A medium. So I know some of you have already seen it, but this is the CSV from Argo.
So launching today is the very first ground vehicle from Argo, the Construction Support Vehicle, CSV. So this specialized chassis is developed to take on all the conditions on all our planets. It's a little rugged beast that really does just go everywhere. And if you're constructing a new settlement, there's two things you need. You need drones to build it, you need supplies to supply the drones to build it. And that's why the CSV comes in two variants. So we have the CSV FM, which stands for Fabrication Module. So this has 2 medium drones on board, and we built it to fit in as many vehicles as we could practically get it to fit in. So it fits in vehicles from a Cutlass Black upwards. It's approximately, and everyone always asks me, what ship fits in what, and I lose track of it all the time. It's about the size of a Tumbril Cyclone. So if you can put a Cyclone in a vehicle, you could put one of these in it.
That's it.
Obviously, 2 medium drones on board, and then it has an internal storage tank for resources. So it has a very small version of a freight elevator built into the back of it. So you feed it 1 SCU crates, it absorbs them into the holding tank on board, and then the drones will come back to the vehicle to refill. And it also has a size 0 serial generator on board for a bit of added protection. What happens when you run out of resources? This is where the CSV SM for supply model comes in. So the second CSV-based vehicle in the game. And this has a traditional 4 SCU cargo grid on the back. So 4 1 SCU boxes, 2 2 SCU boxes, 1 4 SCU box. Depending on what you buy, you can use this to bring it and move it around. So this is the perfect companion vehicle to the CSV FM.
The mule can hold 2 SCU.
Yeah. Said that. Shield generator as well. Moves about 28 meters a second. I cannot, my brain is fried. I can't remember what that is in miles per hour or kilometers per hour. And it is available right now to drive in SC Alpha 324.2. Available at playerc.csv. So now, let's take a little closer look at the vehicle, and Ben's going to go through it.
Okay, so what we're seeing here is the in-game version of the CSV. It's complete with its 4 SCU of cargo up on the rear. And I think the CSV kind of really builds on what Argo is known for as a manufacturer. It's got those kind of like really kind of hard industrial looks, and I think it helps it kind of feel at home on any build site. All of its components are easily accessible, and I think the exterior is like real dominating factories, those kind of large all-terrain wheels, and then that's kind of backed up by just simple, smooth, sleek lines. We've got the front-loaded cab that puts all the controls kind of right in the kind of where the player needs them, and I think that's one of the keys to the ship as a whole, or the vehicle as a whole, sorry, is it's simple, it's purposeful, it's functional, and I think that just kind of just helps it to kind of feel part of that Argo family.
Where's it sitting inside of
though? What if you want to go bigger?
Bigger?
Bigger.
Son of a bitch.
Okay. So, introducing the Starlancer family. So
they're building the Endeavors.
Yeah, the Starlancer is basically a whole new family of vehicles.
It looks like a
from MISC, and these are covering a range of different roles.
Looks like an Endeavor. That's the Max.
Today,
the Max
we're going to be talking about the first 3, which are the build, which kind of makes sense, and that basically is for all your large structural construction needs. We have the TAC, which is going to be for people that want a little bit more defensive or offensive excursions in our universe. And then we have the Max, which is a dedicated hauler, but it can still pack a bit of a punch. So we're going to take a bit of a closer look at all of them today. We're going to start off with the build.
So this is the Starlancer build from the outside. The key thing to take away here is you'll see it has the drone bays on each side, and then it has the drone resupply arms for allowing the drones to come back and resupply. Inside that room, you have the drone control center. So you have a single station inside, and this is where you control all your drones from, much like Luke showed you in the previous presentation. So there are 2 large drones held on each side of the room, so 4 large drones in total. And then there are 2 filler stations right at the front here, and these each hold 16 SEU of capacity, which can then go and load the internal resource tank to feed the drones. Drones that will then be deployed out of their little secret garages, and they go off and do what you've asked them to do. When they need to resupply, they will come back, sit on these arms, suck up their resources that they need, carry on their day. That's the really important thing here, is that all these base building vehicles have enough storage on board to supply your drones. Obviously, if you're going to build 1 million things on your base, you're going to run out. But we want you to be able to have these vehicles and have knowledge that you're not going to be doing endless cargo runs initially to build your foundation, your base. You'll be able to build your base and have storage on that eventually, but these all get you going in the short term. So let's have a quick go over the stats. It holds 4 large construction drones. It's 83 meters long, 52 meters wide, 15 tall. Saw lots of rumors and chatters that people thought this was freelancer size. It is not. It is significantly larger than the Constellation and Corsair. It's almost 600i in size, so it is a big ship. 2 S4 guns for the pilots, 16 missiles, remote turrets, and then 128 SU of cargo capacity in the build specifically. But what if you don't want to build stuff? What if, like me, you just want to burn stuff and destroy stuff?
I linked you the thing.
So introducing the Starlance attack. So, like I say, this is designed to be a bit more aggression into the verse. So I think the first thing you're going to notice is the kind of the dual man size 5 turrets. Now these give much better kind of broadside coverage from any of the other variants. And then on top, we also have like a dedicated hangar that has been specifically designed to fit a Mirai Fury inside. And I'm sure we will see plenty of other ships try to be fitted inside.
Successful,
yeah,
not.
Yeah, we'll see. And I think John's going to run you through the interior now.
So yeah, let's have a look over the tack from outside to in. So this is the tack in its default paint, so sort of military drab grey. Then internally, obviously Ben talked about the size 5 turrets. Then we have some drop seats behind, and these are on a deployable ramp, so you can do some ground assault. They will drop out, down. If you're doing a bit of ground assault, chances are someone's probably going to get injured, so there is an onboard medical facility directly behind there with 2 Tier 3 medical beds.
Oh, they're smart, dude.
Upstairs, obviously, there's the Fury hangar. Behind that is engineering. And then forward of the hangar is the refactored habitation and mess hall area, which is specific to the TAC, just because there's so much other stuff crammed in there. We had to redo the upstairs of it, basically, to fit that in. And we'll go over the more normal layout shortly.
Okay, so yeah, to sum up, I think the TAC's obviously going to bring a lot more firepower from the other variants. Its shield's been boosted up to two size 3 shield generators. It's got the med bay with the Tier 3 med beds, drop seats, it's got the hangar, and it's still able to carry up to 96 SCU of cargo. And you can secure yours today by going to play.se/Starlance attack.
stage. It's part of they're saying now pledges for silencer standalone with a free limited set of things.
Built for life.
Whoa, fireball! I used the 3954.
The tack is next year, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you kind
So I
of
guess the
hopefully
Max
agree that was a pretty great kind of trailer for the Starlancer Max. And as you can kind of see, we're just putting the finishing touches on that now. So yeah, we're just getting it all done, all ready for its launch at IAE.
And that's awesome.
We will take a little bit of a closer look at it now.
I'm trying to buy it.
Yeah, it's not working. The tack is ILW. Has to be ILW.
I think the Starlancer kind of really fully encapsulates Misk's kind of ability to create beautiful ships. It's got this bulbous design that really helps to kind of convey its underlying structure and its underlying strength.
Oh, it doesn't have the...
I think when the engineers were trying to kind of put this together, they were thinking about what's useful, what's great, and one of the things that we thought about was this deployable cargo grid that just brings the cargo down to the ground, makes it much easier for loading and unloading. And they also wanted to put the kind of the crew, they wanted to put what was important for them. So they've added a lot of windows out so the crew can see out into the verse, and it's one of the things that we know people like is being able to have these kind of little windows out into space.
You can open and close the windows. You see that?
And then above the kind of main habitation area, we've got these big skylights. They just allow kind of like more natural light to cast down into the cruise area. For a bit more protection, you've got 8 size 3 missiles at front, and then a further 8 on top. And these are backed up by a set of size 4 remote turrets, both front and rear, that give good topside coverage. And then finally, when we get to the front, you'll see we have a further set of size 4 gimbal weapons. And again, these just kind of help to fill in those blind spots.
That thing looks awesome.
I think as a whole, I think the engineers or Misk have done an exceptional job in creating a vehicle that kind of fully encapsulates the functionality needed, while still ensuring that the crew's kind of well-being and livelihood is protected. It's all in the package that kind of really dominates the sky, and I think it really shows off Misk's ability to deliver kind of quite beautiful ships.
Pretty much. They're prepping for it.
Right, so don't worry, this is not an Origin 404 moment happening here. So let's have a look inside the Starlancer Max now. So, love it or hate it, we love it. The Misk traditional letterbox view is back. At the front of the ship, you have the pilot, co-pilot seat with 2 support stations at the rear. These are the ones that control the remote turrets by default. Then behind that, we have the escape pod room, 4 escape pods, 4 crew. And then behind that, we have the traversal. It's sort of a traversal room. It has a lift, goes between the 2 floors of the ship, and goes to the exterior of the ship. And then a ladder for emergency backup. Behind that is the mess hall area. So nice shared communal space for you to relax with your crew. And then we move into the 4 individual crew rooms, each with double beds, so very luxurious for a spaceship, en suites for all. At the rear of this section, we have a further 2 lifts. These are just internal to go between the 2 decks of the ship. Then at the rear, we have the main engineering. So there are some components dotted around throughout the rest of the ship, but the bulk of your components and the engineering terminal are here at the rear of the ship. So that's upstairs. Let's go downstairs a little bit.
Also, this wasn't the Fortune. Fuck.
We have the main vehicle entrance and cargo entrance.
It's probably gonna be
for the rear section. This can be used as a garage, but it is also a cargo hold. Can fit vehicles up to a Ursa rover in size in here. And then on the Max, we have, as you saw in the trailer, the 2, it's sort of 1 cargo lift that drops down, but it retains a walkway throughout the center of the ship. So regardless of whether your cargo is up, down, being loaded, you still have traversal front to back of the ship.
That's fucking sick.
Then we have the downstairs of the traversal room, which also features the airlock onto the ship. And then lastly, we have the armory at the front of the ship. So if you're coming on board, leaving via EVA, leaving via that front entrance to the ground, you can stop off here, suit up, get your weapons, do the reverse coming back.
Okay. It's 225.
And that is the Star Lancer Max.
330 for the tack.
They're up then.
So we'll quickly recap the stats. 224 SU of cargo, 128 on that ventral drop platform, 96 in the rear cargo area.
Oh, what's that?
It has
paint?
6
That
extra
shit's
VTOL thrusters for all
sapphire
that extra
paint,
mass
that's
that it's
the
hauling.
Sitcon exclusive
And
with
it
the
is
bubble
available to pre-order now and will be flyable this IE at play.se Star Lancer Max. And if you pre-order now before IE, you will get this exclusive sapphire paint, which is in the Citizen colors and looks super cool in my opinion. So, we have talked